Hey guys, how are you out there? Hope you're well. Welcome to What It Do Tarot. I appreciate you for stopping by here with me to see what's good, see what's going on, to see what it do. I appreciate all of you old and new. Hope you like, hope you stay, hope you enjoy the reading, and I hope you're having a good day or evening also whenever you catch this. This is a timeless love reading, but it's currently the end of April 2026. And feel free to fast forward through this part while I get out your card, okay? All right, here we go. Capricorn, there you are, number 10, or it breaks down to a 1, and your word is achieve. I take a couple of these oracles and then I do 2 decks of tarot. Obsession. Someone is obsessed with you or you them. They are spying on you or you them. Trying to go deep into and find out some information on this person. And then here at the bottom is escaping. Or maybe you're trying to run away from an obsessive like type person because you see how obsessed they are and it's really not your style. Not too sure, but here we are. Obsession and escaping. And the first card we have here is spying. To depth. To possibilities. Free-spirited person, adventurous, you take risks. Yeah, you do. But you're a very grounded person here, being the earth energy. So you probably do like to get deep with, conversations and what's important to you and so on and so forth. Just your overall nature. Um, but somebody, like I said, someone's either spying on you or you're trying to find out more about this person that's giving off an obsessive like type vibe, or you're maybe trying not to be so obsessed with someone. You're trying to stop or escape that type of being, that way of being. Interesting. Okay, let's dive on in, shall we? Okay, the first card, opening up the box, we have Nine of Wands. That's the determined energy. We're gonna get to the bottom of it, whatever, however. Let's see what we get. Queen of Wands, fire sign, Sag, Leo, or Aries. Could be the other party. Five of Cups. It's not that this person has disappointed you or anything. You also know that you deserve love. Um, so it has nothing to really do with them disappointing you necessarily. I don't take ones that fall. Those are Three of Swords in reverse, the way I picked it up. Like I said, it's not that this person's hurt you or anything like that, or disappointed you in any way. Here you are, though, King of Pentacle in reverse, though. Okay, Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo in depth. So maybe you feel like mm, there's something missing, where you can't get grounded with the person, or something is going on here. And then you could maybe also be talking to a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio, but they're also in reverse. Or this is saying that you can't really get your heart involved in it, or you're not really there like that. You're not in love with the person or something like that. Underneath possibilities, right? You take a risk, you take a gamble, you'll see where something goes, but you, that's not the case right now. You're not in love, or you're not looking for love necessarily. I don't know. Well, you the Page of Cups. You're just going on little dates, little conversation. It's just, just getting to know someone. And maybe they're coming across obsessed already, and you're not even doing anything, you're just dating. So here with the Knight of Swords, like I say, you like to have in-depth conversations, but there's something that just doesn't make sense about this person, like why they're so obsessed or something like that. Yeah, and you don't like that. That, something has come to your realization. You've been enlightened about something here. Because it's like, I'm not in love with you or anything. Why are you so obsessed with me? Why are you so obsessed with me? Why, Ace of Swords. So yeah, you don't know what's up with this person. You want to know more about them, you know? And the judgment of it all is you have the call to make on this whole thing. You don't have to keep talking to them, you know? You know that. Yeah, you refuse to be stressed out, losing sleep, you know, wondering what type of person you're dealing with. But at the same time, you know, you have to be concerned about those types of things also. But you're not about to lose any sleep over this person. With the Page of Wands, you'll go down a whole new path and leave that person behind because you know well enough to know well enough. You're tempered. You know, you've seen cases on both sides, and you know that this, you know, you'll take your risk and talk to someone, but once they start showing signs and you realize what you need to realize with your intuitional space telling you whatever, and it's not what you like, you'll walk away with no problems here. So, who came out? The Lovers and the Star. You're a healed individual. You're not going to tolerate any sort of nonsense like that, you know, or people just being overly obsessed, wanting to be your lover or whatever the case, because, you know, they only got one thing on their mind or whatever the case is. I only need one more card. So now here is the Queen of Pentacles in the upright. Yeah, you refuse to be knocked out of your energy. You're out of sync with who you are, how you get down. You don't want any instability, any crazy energy around you. You are who you are, and you refuse to be in any sort of relationship for the sake of. Yeah, you're not obsessed, but there's definitely some obsessed energy, and you don't know what and why for. You know, you're single. You don't have a problem being single. They may want you for your money. Who knows? But Capricorn, here's the second deck. I appreciate you so very much. Come back and rock it here with me anytime, guys, here on What It Do to see what it do. Appreciate you. Second deck, last deck. Like, share, comment, and subscribe, please, and thank you. And of course, only if you like. Let's see what they do. You know, you're looking for love. You know, if it happens, okay. I said the possibilities. Cool. But you're not going to just jump into anything, and you don't like the fact that people come off obsessed. Yeah, just wanted to jump and, you know, be all lighthearted about it. Here's the judgment right on top of judgment. Here's the judgment card right there. You're not, you know, you ascend to different levels of things, and you're not going to allow people just to make a fool out of anything, out of you or anything, usually for your money. You're going to take your time. You're going to figure out what you need to figure out. You're going to keep it grounded there with the Knight of Pentacles. When other people are just trying to move fast, get you out of sync, get, you know, have you ungrounded, and that's not how you operate. Yeah, well, the wheel's turning. Eight of Swords at the bottom. So, you know, you're sitting there thinking about this situation at night, and you refuse to allow it to take over your mind. You know, Five of Cups is your first card, so here it is again, but it was in reverse. So I was saying, you know, you're not hurt by the person or anything like that. You know that there's love for you out there, but this is a situation where it's like, you know, it's not going to be. It's going to. You already see it's another situation that's just going to disappoint you in a sense and give you problems. If you continue with this person, you're going to have a lot of conflict with them because your energies really don't sync. So I appreciate you, Capricorn. Take care. Good luck to you. Bye bye.